Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Slightly Eccentric Golf. And today I'm going to do something unusual, a little bit different, and we're going to talk about health for golfers. I went to my heart specialist about 5 months ago, my family doctor, and I had some blood work done. And cholesterol was high and sugars were high. I'm type 2 diabetic. And I sat down with my specialist, and he was a really nice man, very professional. And he said, well, your cholesterol is at the point where we're concerned that we're going to have to put you on statins if it doesn't improve, because you can't affect certain types of cholesterol. I believe he was talking about the LDL cholesterol. We looked that up, and the LDL cholesterol seems to be the worst cholesterol. HDL is okay, LDL, you got to watch out for. So he informed me that I'd have to go on statins for my high cholesterol and go back on metformin for my diabetes management. And I thought, well, it's nice that you say that, but I don't think you've included the patient in the conversation. So I've got my blood test back now. It's been 5 months, and I want to share with you what the results were. Now, keep in mind that this particular specialist informed me that there is nothing you can do to change certain cholesterol levels. There's just nothing. They're built in, and that's it. It seems to be hereditary. Well, I changed my LDL cholesterol levels, and I'll tell you how much they changed by. I changed 5 categories to the good. I took all of them down. So I'm going to share with you now the results of my blood test. You ready? Okay. So this podcast is called Forming a New Relationship with Your Doctors. Specialists told me that I would not be able to change my cholesterol levels in any way through diet or exercise. I challenged my specialist that I could change most or all of my levels within 5 months, or I would consider going on statins and metformin. Here are the results. Stay with me, boys and girls, because this is quite exciting. April 12th, 2024, my cholesterol, it was 7.23. September 16th, my cholesterol was 5.68. A drop of 1.55. On April 12th, 2024, my LDL cholesterol was 5.20. I believe this one is the one that he said I just could not change whatsoever, no matter what I did. On September 16th, I got a blood test for my LDL cholesterol, and it came in at 4.01. And that is a drop of 1.19. The HDL cholesterol, April 12th, 2024, was sitting at 6.69. The results just came in for September 16th. Now, the HDL cholesterol is sitting at 5.62, which is a drop of 1.07. Lipoproteins. This is a big one. This one, I think he also said that I couldn't change in any way or even influence. On April 12th, 2024, my lipoproteins were at 1.62. September 16th, 2024, my lipoproteins dropped down to 1.04, a drop of 0.58. Hemoglobin, AC1. My blood sugars, now I'm type 2 diabetic. Now my blood sugars were at 10.2. April 12th, 2024. Now, September 16th, they are at 8.9, which is a drop of 1.3. Now, it is still too high. I need to get those blood sugars down to about 6 or 7 to be comfortable. But here's the thing that I want to impress on you. Out of 5 blood reports, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have showed an improvement, quite a drastic improvement, in all 5 of them. So, hey, Rick, what did you do? What did you do? I'll tell you. Okay, here's the breakdown of what I did. And those numbers will continue to plunge, by the way, because I took a look at my diet, my exercise routine, and it was horrible. So we have to be responsible. So this is what I did. I cut out all dairy. Now let me tell you a story about my dairy. I like to put whipped cream in my coffee because I like a creamier coffee. And then I like to put a little coffee mate in my coffee. So, you know, a couple tablespoons of whipped cream and a tablespoon of coffee, and you've got a liquid mess. Because coffee is nothing but powdered plastic, right? It's not good for you because it's corn syrup, and then corn syrup turns to glucose, and glucose screws up your blood sugar readings. So I took out all dairy. Now, remember, we were going through a liter a week. Now, not all of my coffee, because you would have fruit. We'd have blueberries and strawberries hanging around the house. And the wife would say, oh, I'd like some fruit. So I'd whip up some whipped cream and put it on top of our fruit. And we would thought that was a healthy snack. We didn't put any sugar, but it's still whipped cream. It still has casein in it. Casein turns to sugar. Sugar is hard on your blood sugar levels. So I cut out all dairy. So we were going through 4 liters a month, you guys, a U.S. gallon a month of whipped cream. And I was going through way too much Coffee Mate as well. So I completely eliminated all dairy products, cheese as well. Then I completely eliminated peanut butter because peanut butter bothers my throat. It makes me cough a lot. Then we completely eliminated Coffee Mate. We have to look at our diets. And I eliminated all sugars where I could. And I walk at least between 5 and 15,000 steps per day. So quite often I'll do 7,500 to 10,000 steps per day. We have a little private golf course here that we put together. And just doing that, raking the leaves and golfing, I can put on 5,000 steps, no problem. And then my evening walk, going to Seven Oaks and back, that's another 5,000 steps. So in a day, sometimes I can easily average 10,000 steps. I drink water throughout the day. And this is really important, I do intermittent fasting. So I do not like to eat anything at all until 4 in the afternoon. No breakfast, no lunch. People say it's the breakfast is the healthiest part of your day, the healthiest meal of your day. I would dispute that, because if you're eating sugary foods at breakfast, it spikes your glucose level, and then you never return from that. So I'm a big believer in the intermittent diet, where I will eat from 4 p.m., 4 o'clock, and I will give myself a 6 or 8 hour window. So 4 till 10 or 11, 6 or 7 hour window, and then I shut it down. You should go to bed a little bit hungry. Have a half a glass of water before you go to bed. If you're a little bit hungry, go to bed, but don't go to bed on a full stomach. That's the worst thing you can do. So, and I'm also going to tell you, this is the letter that I gave to my specialist. And he's going to be quite surprised when he sees the results of my cholesterol. So here we go. This is the letter. I consume large amounts of butter and eggs. In order to bring my cholesterol down, I will immediately limit my butter and egg consumption. Exercise is also something that I will increase with an emphasis on Kung Fu style Tai Chi breathing. Now my plan is to walk between 3 and 5 miles a day in an effort to lower my cholesterol readings. Intermittent fasting is part of my daily activities, and I usually don't eat anything until about 4 p.m. Quite often I can go until 5 p.m. and have a savory meal. Replacing Coffee Mate with non-dairy creamer. I haven't even done that because I've gone back to black coffee without Coffee Mate. My weight rarely fluctuates from 160 pounds. And here's what I do for medication. I'm a cannabis consumer, so I use hashish, and I vape, and I use THC live resin drops. So 9 o'clock, I put a hash pill together, and I use live resin paste, and I vape, and I use a couple of THC drops and sore muscle rub that I make myself. Fantastic sore muscle rub. At 2 o'clock, I use hash oil, live resin paste, I vape a couple of times, and I use some THC and sore muscle rub. At 6 o'clock, I use hash oil. I make a little capsule with hash oil and live resin, same as the other ones. And I vape 2 times, and I use some THC drops, and I use some sore muscle rub. So at 9 o'clock, I think you're seeing a pattern here. Every 4 hours, or every couple of hours, I'm medicating. At 9 o'clock, I use hash oil, live resin paste, vape, THC, and sore muscle rub. So I'm hitting it every couple of hours because cannabis helps you heal as well. Let me put it this way. If you're in crazy pain and you don't feel like walking, if you use cannabis responsibly and microdose it without ever burning it, smoking it, or getting high, then you feel like getting involved with an exercise program. So, my medicine is never burned or smoked. I consume all my medicine orally, and the vape is oral as well. And the vape, by the way, I don't burn it. I vape it. I warm the cannabis up to 375 degrees, which is the same temperature you would cook a chicken breast at. And I only warm it for 1 minute, and then I take a 10-second vape, and that's it. So I do that 4 times a day. Okay, I'm a canna coach who teaches others with chronic pain and anxiety how to use cannabis without burning it, smoking it, or getting high. My YouTube channel is, look for Slightly Eccentric and the Diplomats of Dope. And if you want to leave me an email, it's diplomatsofdope@gmail.com. So these are the results, okay? And you cannot argue with the results. I got the lab results in. So I have managed to lower every single reading in 5 categories that were way too high. In every single category, bring them safely down, and I am not done yet. Give me another 3 or 4 months, and they will all be in a very, very comfortable place. So if you're a specialist or if your doctor says the only option we have is pharmaceuticals, you have every right to challenge them and say, why don't you make it a part of the conversation where it's two-sided instead of one-sided? I know the doctors are exhausted, and they anticipate that by the time you see a specialist, you've done your diet, you've done your exercise, you've done everything, but we haven't. We can always do better, and we can always do more. Now, I have a great family doctor, and anytime she wants to come on our program and talk about health and how to change their cholesterol levels like I've done, or she's got some tips and tricks, she is invited into my studio anytime she wants, because this is really important. As we age, we have to watch our cholesterol levels and our blood sugar levels. And I will guarantee you that I can bring all my levels down to a safe, healthy level in another 2 or 3 months and keep them there. It was ridiculously easy. As a matter of fact, it was fun. I made a game out of it. So this is Rick Holland from Slightly Eccentric Golf, asking all of the golfers out there, how's your heart health, how's your dietary health, how's your cholesterol levels, your LDL levels, your all the levels that your hemoglobin, your lipoproteins, how are they doing? Go get it done, and then put together a plan like I did to lower all of them. All 5 categories are showing very, very good results going down. Thanks so much for watching this, because it's really important that we have activities to keep ourselves sane. And also, I believe the cannabis really helps me with my pain, because if it wasn't for the cannabis, I wouldn't feel like walking, right? And the more I walk, the better I feel. So it's a circle. If you allow the circle to take care of yourself, it'll take care of you. So see you next show, everybody. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.